Well, we filled our big 140,000 bushel bin last night. We're getting ready to switch to a 48-foot 12-ring soak-up bin. It's 72,000 bushels. To do that, we've got to switch our blowers around, and we got to lay some pipe. See, guys, I told you I'd say that with a straight face. And I'm going to show you what that's all about today. We'll get hooked up to this next bin and take you along for the ride. Well, Brennan, you ready to lay some pipe? You any good at that? I've heard I was average at best. We'll see how this goes. All right, enough with the pipe jokes. It's time to get down to business.
Professional pipe layer.
He's adding to it too. That's three. Three count. Okay, we're done with the pipe jokes. Anyway, we got to switch this blower around, and we're going to go over here and hook to this 72,000 bushel bin, 48 foot, 12 ring. Oh, I'm flipping you around. Sorry about that. So we're looking here, and this blower attaches to the other blower suction side, so you run them in tandem. We've been blowing to this far bin, and that's a 60-foot 14 ring, which I made the mistake in an earlier video, said a 10 ring. It's a 60-foot 14 ring. Well, we're going to start moving this around. We switch our airlock the other way, so we're going to blow right here. We usually take pictures of this. Trying to discuss how to get these blowers all connected. This one and this one have to work together. Always try to use the least amount of elbows possible. We'll kind of look at this. I don't have anybody to hold the phone. Likely I'm going to be having to help. But I will have pictures or video along the way. So these blowers my brother found on eBay. Plastics injection molding companies use them, and you can convey material. Well, they convey grain as well, and they make them for grain. Figured out that you could hook them in tandem and soft start them, and then we have the power to run them. It was really a bargain way to fill our bins. Now the dryer does overrun them. A lot of times our dryer's at 60 to 70% as far as we can push it. And it'll be because of the blowers. We talked about in the previous video that we use the 3 different burners, and we have more variability there. So like 19 corn, we take 4 points out. We can turn one burner on, leave other burners off. And a lot of that was because of these, and we don't have power, nor do we have a leg, so just a wet leg. Maybe in the future. Well, we wanted to use this. You just hit the key and start stuff, right? No. Didn't want to start. Jump pack fixed it. It shouldn't be low, but it is. So this is what they're got laid out. This blower blows through this blower to here. This turns, lets the corn drop. It goes up. While the corn's dropping above where it drops, here at the side, it's sucking air, and it goes to our bees wings wagon that we talked about. This is something bro just come up with the other day, and it fits in there loosely, so it does breathe, and you can rotate this so that we can blow this way, or rotate and go the other direction. Well, Alec was looking, we were gonna mow, and I see a piece of metal stuck in the tire. This tire just got here from being repaired. Obviously it's a new one. And I seen that, so we'll address those things before it goes to mow. hoping it didn't go through and make this tire hiss. If the video comes back and it's hissing, that's what that is. Dang. Maybe I can plug it. Went for the fuel cap and I see Farmer MacGyver had to make something. Apparently the fuel cap find a way to go missing. Things tend to do that around here. They grow legs and they just walk off. No. It happens, wear and tear when you're using equipment, but sometimes it sucks to fix. No surgery necessary. A lot of times I'll spit on this to see if the bubbles go to know if it leaked or not. I don't hear it hissing. I'm not going to spit on it. I'd say we're good. So we're over here behind my old elementary school, Cunningham Elementary, for locals that watch this. We've got 30 acres left here. After we get this 30 acres done, we plan on moving to a farm that's south of here, closer to Anderson area. It's 216 acres, a lot of rolling terrain, washes, trees all around. It's got a peat bog. We've lost a grain cart in there. There's been many things lost to the peat bog. Well, today we're going to battle the bog. So we're going to take you guys along for the ride. It's going to be a multi-day video. You don't make the acres per day on something like that you do in other places, but it makes for some neat footage. And if they're all flat, that wouldn't be any fun. So hope you enjoy the ride. So closer inspection right here, you can see this should be the top of the spring. That's a gauge that you can see from the ground saying the spring's not tight enough for tension in the chain. This chain would have been new. We've had to tighten it a couple times. Well, you can see the adjustment there. That's supposed to be level with that spring, and when I tighten the spring, it will be. There you can see it's level with the washer. That's back in spec. Here's nice, and other companies too, they have those and you can see them from the ground. Somehow I didn't see that yesterday. So now we're on the right side of the machine where the rethresher is. Trying to get on the angle, but we can do a slight adjustment and tighten the chain a little here too. It's things we do through the season. Next we'll check our rethresher conveyor chain as well as our clean grain chain and just check the tension on those. Look and see. They go so far up and down, and when they get too far they go out of adjustment. You can take one link out to get back in range. We should be in good shape. Might have to tighten a little bit. So this is our new door. Clean grains, good shape. Just kind of give it a look over. You can loosen these four here, and then this adjusts this up or down, and it tensions your sprocket to tighten your chain. When you run out of adjustment, you can take a link out, and when you do that, then you get back in range. So you'll keep using your range until you run out. Do the link. As soon as you do, I think 3 links or 2, then your chain's due to be replaced, and we put 2 in this machine so far. Climb up in the cab. Had a little frost, so letting that burn off before we can get started. Got all fueled up. Get everything loaded up and ready to go. just got an error message. False alarm, they're opening up. See the Cunningham School in the distance. So it's a shame to see those elementary schools shut down. Maintenance got too high, and it hadn't been in school for a long time. Couldn't tell you how long, actually. I went there, and so did a lot of my family members. Hate to see it in its current state, but that's with a lot of things that don't receive the maintenance. Figured I'd share that. We've got 32 more acres left here, and we'll be moving to the peat bog. There's bound to be some action down there. So here we stage the trucks on the road there, and we run north and south here. It doesn't have any frontage over there, so it doesn't work out too bad. Right past the old ball diamond at the school, we park the trucks. Have to watch out for power lines a little bit. As long as we're mindful of them, we kind of know where we need to park. Got 3 truck drivers today to keep up. The Gosnell Farm's 216 acres that we're headed to. It's pretty cool. Have some volume to deal with, so having a driver for each truck makes a big difference. We can keep them pretty much cycling regularly. Now here I'm about to let my grain cart off. She's already got her eye on it because the trucks are right there. Let's save her a little driving. We're cleaned down enough, so we're going to start timing our dumps where we end about right here. We turned her loose right before the ball diamond. That lets her go straight out to the trucks instead of following me on up past. It's nice when you can do that. It's not always guaranteed. We try to time those things. The more you operate, the better your timing gets. As you can see the back side of the school there. I'll go ahead and might as well go ahead and let you guys look around too. Some of the views we get in the fields that you don't get from other areas is kind of cool. Anytime we get a new field or a new place or help somebody, it's always cool to see that viewpoint of some place that you know's there and you haven't been in the back of it. So let's see here what I'm looking at. We've got to get down to there, and then that's it for us here. So it doesn't seem like much. It'll be a bit. So when you're harvesting, it's all about the snacks. RX bar for me. It's about 10:30. Every 2 hours ish, I get to look forward to another snack. It really brightens your day. You look forward to these snacks. Gonna have 3 new videos up on the BP Farming YouTube channel if you want to check those out. Been taking a lot of footage. Try to share some of it on here too. Sometimes it's hard to hit the button enough times. Thanks for checking it out. Filling trucks. So this corn, you can see how it's a little bit different color, kind of spindly. You're going to see a different soil type. This field's kind of strange. It has a lot of them, but you see the line there? That's not a shadow. That's actually where the soil type's going to change. Each soil type's a little different attitude. A little bit. It makes a huge difference as far as the water retention in the summertime. There we are. We're leaving one zone of swell and going into another one, and you can see just instantly. Try to point things out as I see them. Shot or not. I'm learning every day. Bear with me.
So if I did my math right, that means I fill these 2 trucks here.
We're cleaning out. We're on the last 2 acres of this field, and then we're going to move down south. The final 12. On to the next one. Working my way across the field. We're gonna pop our auger, go dump on the cart. And somebody asked a question the other day, why aren't we dumping on the semi when it's right there and we're dumping on the grain cart? And the reason being is the grain cart has scales, and we track all the bushels for numerous reasons. So every bushel gets weighed on the grain cart, and that just keeps everything easier to track. So we're going to start folding up while we're unloading. All folded up. We got our ladder in. We don't want to take any mailboxes out. He's got 42,000 on. He's going to take that home and dump it. We're all set up and ready to go to the next one. On the road again. So, I am opening up for the semis. They pull in like we did right here. I couldn't video that. It was pretty hectic. I had to unfold right there on the highway. So that's Highway 128. We've got it's actually a mile on the other side of the road, mile long rows over here. It's got a woods in the middle, a couple things. Really cool property. Very challenging. It's got a peat bog that we had talked about. It's over there. There's washes and hills and rocks right up there. So, really cool place. It's going to be fun to share the experience here. Keep everything in one piece and see what kind of progress we can make. So we got the 3 trucks in the field, carts here. We should be able to get some really good stuff done. Taking the time to open up. Whenever I'm opening up around trees, I make a lot of room, go past. Anywhere I need to turn around, just make room. So we're gonna pick off a few more and continue on this end row. I'll catch you on some dump on the run a little bit. Go forward, and I stop there with one set of 12, and I go forward more with another set of 12. That lets me quickly know that there's 12. Sometimes it's hard to line this up, especially when you're turning, and by leaving those, that speeds the process up. Thought I'd share that. When I open up a field that's not, the corners, it's hard to back up. You got to watch your auger on these trees. That's the main thing you got to watch, backing into stuff, because you can't see back there, even with backup cameras. So I know there's going to be trees along here. At the other end, it gets wider. So what I did, I grabbed one set of 12 right there, and I'm going to take the second set, and I will follow that all the way to the other end. Now I'll run perpendicular to the row on the other end row, but I'll go in, I'll back up, go each way so I have a room to turn around. I'm going to do that on the other end. But you always, when there's trees, follow your second set of 12 and make sure you jump on the first set so you know you've got the second set. want any one row of shame for half-mile rows. That's no fun. We're cruising along. You can see over there, not very good corn. Anything next to the woods, you just don't have much there. And they're hard to pick up, so you need to be lined up on them. And I know there's certain limbs that will stick out that I have to kind of go around. Well, when I do this second set of 12, when I need to come in and out, I can real easily because the corn's gone next to you. So if I need to move over a row to get away from the woods, that would work. Now we're going to follow these all the way to the back corner back here. And we're going to do that method that I talked about where we're going to knife in each way, run perpendicular to the row, make a spot, and then start running the end rows off. And like I thought, we gained some rows, so I knew the field gets wider in the back, and likely he would start where we did. Well, when he sees that these are getting wider, he'll go straight and then fill these in. We know that just from working with each other so much. And that allows me, okay, I'm going to go up here and then I'll get those. Because if you go over here hitting all the point rows, some of them get together, it makes it hard to do, so I always stay away from that. At least on the first pass. We can go back and get that later when everything else is out of our way. I like to have room to move. So right here we're perpendicular to the row, so you can see the rows. And as long as you give it time and let the gathering chains do their work, and you don't try to move side to side, just go straight, we generally get most of the ears. It looks bad, but you go out and try to find one, they're hard to find. Grandpa always said you'll see the nice juicy roasted ear just jump right off the head and you'll swear you're losing them all.
Okay, you'll probably notice on.
But he told me not to worry about that. He said focus on not tearing the machine up, and you're picking up more than those you think. He said go out and try to find one on the ground, and you do that. And you find them, especially in the corners with these bigger machines. That's where we have the most. But if you're running and going straight with the row, it's just rare that you have one come off. But from the cab, you see them all the time, no matter when. There's always one flying off there. I'm going to do the same thing right here. I'm going to grab the first set of 12 just to mark it, and then I'll back up and grab the second set to go to the other end. We're going to avoid all these limbs. Got this opened up. Nice long rows. This is a nice field. Perimeter's kind of tough, but really nice. We got away from the woods and the corn is just amazing. The grain cart, I'll zoom in here, is right there on its way. So the grain cart actually has to go way over there in the distance, but has to go around all the corn because we're dumping going this way. So it takes a minute. We don't wait long, but we do wait a little. As we get further over, and the cart doesn't have to drive as far, you usually don't wait. Cart keeps us really efficient. Right now these rows are medium in length, fairly long. We dumped 670 bushels last time, and I've dumped a little over 700 in a pass and a dump on the run. So that's a round down and back. So she's hauling that to the semis, and she doesn't have a full semi, but she's got a big chunk of one. Well, let's get back to it. I just figured out my niece is driving the cart. Huh. She's doing really good. Could tell no difference. She's been riding a lot, so I can see that. Mom's in there, of course, but that's a big cart. I've been telling the kids I didn't run big stuff like this. They didn't make stuff like this, so I learned on little stuff. So when they're running some of this big stuff, it's pretty impressive. I mean, they're getting in some big equipment, stuff that it's hard for us to run, so you can imagine being a kid and trying it. Pretty cool. Really made an improvement, and it's still climbing. We've already flipped our lights on. There's kind of the dust is kind of lingering. Lights help cut through that. My nephew Bryden run the cart tonight. Him and I team up real well together. Mom and his sister. It's kind of nice to be able to have more than one person run the grain cart. It's worked out great. He's put a lot of time in this year. Can you imagine being 15 years old and driving a 1,300 bushel buggy? I was running small stuff. I wasn't running 1,500 bushel buggies. So we've got 22 acres left here. We also just moved right across the road. You can see right there. And the peat bog is actually down there in the bottom. So when we go across the road right up here, we'll start opening up in this area. And then tomorrow we will be peat bogging it up tomorrow. I doubt I go down in it tonight, but I will get it opened up. Well, we will. You're gonna help. Acres to go. Didn't intend to use this view, but it's pretty cool. We've caught the trucks By the time I dump on him now, we'll have this one full and he just pulled up. That's a good thing. So the semis have been busy today. It's 6:30 and 20,000 bushels is on the monitor. We're probably going to run maybe 6 more semis and probably call that. It's a big day. We're on the last third of corn harvest. As much as I'm wanting to get to the end, as soon as we're done, we hate to see it go. It's just you can only have so much of a good thing. So currently, here, and just trying to open up. We're back in the back right there.
Am I able to get on the other side of you? Yes, I am. Okay.
Should be some good footage in the daylight. It's a really cool place. We're gonna be here all day tomorrow. Lots and lots of hazards. My snouts are sticking over there in danger of picking up sticks.
Did you hear me? That won't fill you.
Just run the head right over there underneath the limbs and stuff. Try not to get a stump. Hopefully no rocks over there. And we're almost opened up for this part. And I believe we just made it around here without any damage. We're good. Dumping off the last bit of the night. We're in one piece. Materials start getting tough. Run some Pioneer 1222 AM. Pretty good stuff. Well, that's going to do it for tonight. We're going to take that semi home and dump it. It's Sunday, so no poet hauling. We will resume here tomorrow with 129 acres to go. And the good part's still to come. So we'll look for probably a part 2 for this, or a second day to finish this field down here. But hopefully you enjoy the footage, and catch you on the next time.